is the SMEs. It belongs to the SMEs to hear their stories, their challenges, and what they've been going through, and then to give them solutions for that as well. So when you hear one man's story, others can learn from it. So this is why we're trying to find out solutions and how we can help the SME grow.
So last year I launched my perfume brand. That's one side of the brand. And then I was lucky to sell all the perfumes when we came here to the Export Commission exhibition. I was so excited, and then I decided to just restock the perfume in larger quantity. But unfortunately I got sick. So I ended up traveling for investigation and then medication, which did not happen. I ended up spending all the money. And then I came back. I went to other exhibitions. On our way back, we happened to be part of the... I'm sorry.
That's really what storytelling is all about. It can be emotional. Yeah. It touches the depth of our being. Yeah. And someone should be connecting with this at this time. Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'll be crying, but I'll go on. So we happen to be the victims in the train. So all the money, they took it. They took my passport. But then everybody kept asking me, how are you going to go on? Because I wanted to make money to go back for my medication, but I couldn't. So I knew I was going to make it. I knew something in me told me that I was going to make those products, and I'm going to be out there, and I'm going to sell them. And alhamdulillah, we made 1,000 perfumes, and they're here on display, and inshallah I'm going to sell them. Thank you.
All right. You see, this is the whole essence of this. Entrepreneurship is a journey. She can identify. She's already shedding a tear for her too. And I'm sure if you're one, you will also identify.
All of you are very important to us, all of you guys as well, for coming. Thank you so much. Your stories are powerful, from Maimuna, Adiba, you as well. For all those who have lost a loved one, may God give you the strength to continue to do what you're doing. And to all those who have gone through a traumatic experience, may He also give you that strength and that wisdom and the grace to continue doing what you're doing. My auntie, thank you so much. So let me just read it to you, okay? And it's from a book I got yesterday, and I thought it was very important because we at Wena, what we're trying to do, apart from empowering that women with coaching, mentorship, and access to finance, but we also try to take care of their emotions, because we know that one of the first things that gives in a woman's business is her emotions. That's what usually, once she's down, everything around her is down. And that business, as my sister said here, is very important. So it's from a book I got called Entering Her Vortex. It's a healing the masculine feminine dynamic in relationships using the laws of divine magnetism. So it says, tapping into your divine feminine. As a woman, you simply cannot continue blaming the world for putting you into a hyper masculine state. It is your responsibility to learn how to tap back into your divine feminine state with or without a man present. A man embodying his divine masculine energy will help polarize you into the divine feminine state. But your ability to tap into your feminine power is not exclusively reliant on this dynamic. That power is already within you. For a lot of women, therapy is a good first step to reigniting the divine feminine connection, because healing is extremely important. Unresolved trauma eats away at mental and emotional wellness over time. And this diminishes the connection you have with your infinite self. Take some time to get clear on areas where you may be hurting or harboring negative thoughts, feelings, and energies, so that you can seek out the proper form or forms of therapy. There also needs to be some sort of daily spiritual practice that connects you to the greater energy of the divine. The combined acts of learning and submission places you into the energy of your divine feminine. Remember, femininity is all about receptiveness. What this process looks like will be different for every individual based on their own spiritual and religious beliefs. But it's all about expanding the depth of your knowledge and connection to the spiritual realm. Daily practice of prayer, yoga, and meditations are very powerful spiritual technologies to ignite the divine feminine. So learning plus acts of submission equals divine receptivity. Overall, this is about cleansing, healing, and detoxing your energy so that you have a clear connection to the spirit realm.
I think the important thing that I'm coming away with is the need to hand-hold SMEs, to do a bit more of hand-holding, to do a bit more of mentoring, to provide mentoring and hand-holding opportunities for SMEs to thrive. So here's what we've decided to do. In 2023, we're hosting the first ever Made in Africa fair in Canada. And we'll be working with Wena to prepare their members, those who are with them, to meet standards, to see where they can strike deals, where they can begin to expand their businesses. So we'll work with them closely starting January 2023 on the different sectors where they have members, so that we can have those who would be able to get into the Canadian market, not just sell like they've gone to do some fair, but are able to establish links for sustainable business. I think that's one of the things we'll do. So that gives us the opportunity to properly handhold, mentor, and take them through the different things that they need to be taken through to meet those grades and those standards and access those markets.
I like to say that the reason why you have to also look at your mental fitness, and a lot of people don't look at this, it's a very important conversation. I don't know how many of you know what hypomania is. When you say somebody is hypomanic, it means the person has a lot of energy, does one activity all over again, has little sleep, very, very anxious because they want their business to succeed. And I can tell everybody here is hypomanic in one way or the other. And, you may not understand that it's also a mental condition until someone realizes that you're going, overdrive and says you need to slow down. And most times, the people you tell you need to slow down tell you, no, there is no time. I'm young now. This is the time to do it. I can't do it when I'm in my 50s or my 60s. Please, just let me. There's money to be made out there. And so you get that feedback and you're like, okay, perhaps experiences will teach you. But it's always very important to know what your boundaries are and know what your mental health is like. And most of us do not really understand our mental fitnesses. And why I say that is that when you think about the general environment for the average young person, even the person who operates the POS is an entrepreneur. And you may not, he might not come out and say, I'm a banker, but he handles finance, he handles other people's money, and he expects results and profit at the end of the day. So he's thinking of how he's going to strategically position his POS, have more customers at the point where he's fixated, have more people withdraw money in lump sum. And that mental engagement every day builds anxiety.
This grant that you are saying is mainly agro-processing. There's a department in my agency that is called Agro-Business Development Department. What they do is they develop small businesses, agro-processing. If you come to my department, I will, not even her, everyone that is here, I will make sure that I link you up with the appropriate unit for you to do the necessary things that is needed. That is for
That
that
deserves a round of applause.
one.